You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. We're happy to be with you today. I'm Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, producer, and today, Julie, I am happy to announce that my book is the #1 book in the amateur sleuths category on Amazon.
I love that. So Lost and Found in Paris, #1, Leanne. I like the sound of it.
Amateur sleuth. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is quite a mystery going on in your new book, and that's all good. Hey, I'm Julie Dolan. I'm the oldest sister. I live in Dallas, Texas. But this week I'm in Steamboat Springs, Leanne.
Oh, nice. How's it there, Joel?
Beautiful. Delightful. Yes. Delightful.
Okay. Well, you may be noticing that there is one sister missing. Our sister Liz was supposed to be on today. We were really looking forward to speaking to her as always, but
yes,
she was very busy working at the U.S. track and field trials, and we were going to get an update on that. She had all kinds of other things to talk about today on the show, but then we got the text this morning that she is not feeling well. She has tested positive for COVID, and so she is recuperating at her house in Bend, Oregon. Yeah, that's too bad, Julie. That was a bummer.
I know. And Liz has been so careful. Of course, she's fully vaccinated. So we are sending our best thoughts to her to rest up and get better, right?
Yeah. It's just a reminder that there's a lot of COVID still out there. She said she was surprised. She was basically, her work was outdoors all weekend because it was a track meet. So she was really hoping to avoid this. So we're obviously sending our best thoughts, but a reminder to everybody still out there. Still be careful. And when you get it, it's still a very tricky virus. So even if you are fully vaccinated. So she will be back, we hope, next week. So you'll hear all about track and field next week. But instead, so Julie and I have put together a show. No, we're going to be good. We're going to be fine here, Joel. We had a lot to say, a lot going on in the world this week. I was up in Northern California this week with some of my college friends. Going to tell you about that.
Nice.
And you have an article from The Atlantic about female friendships, right?
I do. Well, or about friendships in general and sort of the 6 important forces to really nurture friendship. I think you're really going to enjoy hearing about it.
All right. You're also on a Dogcentric Vacation. So we're going to talk about that.
Yes. This is Oliver's summer vacation, and I'm going to explain it.
All right. And then later on in the show, we're excited because Donna is turning 60. Donna is a satellite sister. She posted on the Facebook group searching for ideas. And we have some ideas for Donna's 60th birthday party, and other satellite sisters and misters put great ideas there in the Facebook group. So listen up. Stay tuned if you're planning a big birthday this year, because we're going to try to help Donna out. So this weekend, though, was my Sage Hen Sisterhood weekend. I went to Pomona College, where our mascot is the Sage Hen.
Okay. A noble bird, no doubt. Yes.
Smartest bird in the desert, Jill. So I went to Northern California with 6 of my college friends. We call the Sage Hen Sisterhood. And I say call because there were a lot of gifts where that was actually, engraved on things. People do a lot of gift giving at these weekends and gift exchanging. And so the Sage Hen Sisterhood becomes, it's on all kinds of things that I own. So it was 7 of us. We were staying at a friend's house in Northern California, and it was the good and the bad and the unexpected. So, first we got up there Thursday. So I have to say, when the Supreme Court decision came down about Roe versus Wade, I wasn't expecting it. I hadn't checked my email. I was purposely trying to stay off my phone. So it was unexpected. I have to say, I was glad I was with friends because I was very happy not to be alone when that when that news came over. I was happy to have people to talk to about it, to process. I mean, we had a lot of conversations about the decision and what next and our personal feelings over the next 4 days. Very grateful to be with old friends when that happened.
I think
glad I got
that's a good observation, Leanne. Yeah.
yeah, definitely time to process. So, that happened Friday, but we tried to move through the weekend and we had some fun times. First thing we did, I want to recommend, we went walking in Muir Woods.
Oh,
Have you ever
I
been to Muir
love that.
Woods?
I mean, that is like a magical place, isn't it? With those
It is
trees.
a magical place. It was just, 15 minutes from my friend Louise's house, and big, beautiful, not first growth redwoods, but I think second growth. And it's just, first of all, it's like a paved hiking trail. So I enjoyed that.
I know that because hiking is not your sport.
Yeah.
And yes, it seems like it's pretty flat there, Leanne.
It's
And
flat.
yes,
Yeah. It's
uh,
well
which
executed.
which is great, which means it's accessible to a lot of people. And that,
Yes.
to go to a magnificent forest like that, to be among those trees, I think it can be very transformative.
It was really just the perfect group activity for people at all different levels. And as you said, super accessible for all kinds of people. So Louise, who had organized the weekend, had made our reservations. You need reservations up there. We were good to go. I had never walked through Muir Woods, just beautiful. So definitely good. Check. Another good thing we did, and Julie, I know your group of college friends does this, we sort of settled on eating lunch out and making dinner in.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Well, because we found with my group of college girlfriends that really the waiters, the menus, the service, it all gets in the way of our conversation if we go out to dinner. So it's much more fun to cook, to everyone to cook at home because there's more time for conversation. That's the conclusion our group came to.
Is exactly right. And we have a lot of people who are good at cooking and executing things and party planning or doing the dishes, cleaning up. It ran pretty seamlessly to do that. But it's fun to have lunch out so you don't have to cook every meal, and it unburdens the hostess from planning a lot of stuff like that. So that check, lunch out. We had some really nice lunches out in Sausalito. We went into San Francisco for one day and did walking and shopping. We just had some terrific lunches out. So that was great. All right. Have you heard of this thing? At the end of weekends like this, somebody's picking up this lunch tab, somebody's picking up these groceries, somebody's organizing that, somebody's paying for the rental car.
Right.
Have you ever heard of the Splitwise
No. What is this, Liam?
So this is an app exactly made for group activities like this, where everybody puts their costs and then it figures out who owes who what, right? So in a group of 7 people, you X number of dollars. And somebody else has put in Y number of dollars that are not equal. And so instead everybody's sending the same, like $25 to each other 100 times, it actually figures out what was the grand total, who owes who what. So you get like,
Leanne, I love that idea because it's not a point of contention, but we always have said with my group of friends that this is an area where it needs improvement because the exact same thing happens. Some people are bringing groceries, some people, just as you said, are picking up the lunch tab or bringing wine or whatever. What a great thing to have. Tell me the name of that app again.
It's called Splitwise. Splitwise. Okay. Now, it definitely works ideally if you also are open to Venmo or Zelle payments, but you can also just use it to settle up, and then you can exchange checks or cash or whatever you want to do. It's really kind of meant to, perfect in a perfect world. It's you're Venmoing, or some people don't do that. So you can also settle up in cash, but it was super duper helpful for a group event. And hats off to my friend Kristen, who knew about it and organized it and set it up. It does take a person to sort of manage this process, but it did make it easier at the end. So that was good. And then I want to say fanny pack.
Now you have mocked fanny packs for a long time, Leanne. I enjoy a fanny pack. Yeah. But so what prompted you to put on a fanny pack?
Well, it's just a friend of mine had given me a cute Lululemon one for my birthday.
Yes.
And I've used it occasionally, but I realized I was bringing the hostess gift bags and we were trying to carry on, and it was very breakable. Okay. The hostess
Okay.
gift was 3 breakable pieces. So what it meant was that I had to pack my bags very lightly. Like I really didn't have a lot of extra room. I couldn't jam stuff in at the last minute into my
Uh-huh.
carry-on. So I thought, well, I'll just bring this fanny pack for everything I need. You need your phone and your ID and then I
Lip balm.
realized
Yeah.
your lip balm, exactly, Jewel, your vaccination card. And I realized they don't really count fanny packs as an extra bag. You know how sometimes like
I
they're
didn't
really
know
strict.
that, Lan.
Well,
Oh,
I
we
seem
better
to be
get a
able.
ruling on that because I don't want you giving out inaccurate or illegal travel tips. But that's good to know. If you can
I'm
just,
just no one seemed to notice it. Like I had my carry-on and my rolling bag, and then I had my little fanny pack. And then when you're sitting in the seat, everything's right there. You don't have to keep opening up your big bag. So I thought with when they check your ID and then, oh, what do you do with your ID and your license? I'm just saying that was a good thing. The walk in Muir Woods, eating lunch out and dinner in, the Splitwise app, and fanny packs. Excellent. Okay. So on the unexpected front, here's what we happened. We had walked in Muir Woods, and then we were having a beautiful lunch in Sausalito, which is right on the water. You have a spectacular view of all aspects of the San Francisco Bay Area. There's just so much water in San Francisco.
I know,
in that
and
area.
it is spectacular.
Yeah.
Right.
So we walked, we had a beautiful lunch. People were splitting things. It was crab louis, and I got a crab melt that was out of this world, and it was fantastic. And we had noticed that there was a motorcycle group coming in. They had
Group.
on their leather
Motorcycle
jackets.
enthusiast, Lan. Yes.
Yeah. So they were coming in and filling up, one of the bar. So as we were getting ready to leave, all of a sudden, one of the members of the Ephesians, that was the name of the group, he arrived with a waitress and 7 shots of tequila. Julie.
What?
Yes. I mean, we're going to take it at our age. A group of women getting a table full of shots is what we got. I mean, we couldn't believe it. And,
I thought this was going to be the bad part of your weekend.
No,
That seems like a good part.
unexpected.
Okay. Okay.
No, the unexpected part. Yeah. We're like, oh my gosh. First of all, tequila shots at 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't know, but whatever. And with no strings attached. He just wanted us to have these tequila shots. It was very gentlemanly of him. Then he returned to his group. Now I was driving, so I just took a sip. I didn't shot, but there you
Good.
go. I mean, when was the last time someone bought you a shot?
No, that has not happened recently. And I just think sending good vibes out into the world, it's always good. So, hey, well, good for you girls. You and all your fanny packs, you must have been still have some magic about you. Okay. Nice work, Lan.
That's exactly what we thought. We still got it, Joel. So it was a good weekend to all be together. We had a time, and renewing friendships and being together was fantastic.
Leanna, and was this a weekend that you had postponed due to COVID? I mean, had it been a couple of years since you all got together?
No, we all got together last year because one of the members was married, and her wedding had been postponed several times. So in that gap last summer, when it seemed like, oh, everything was good, people can go places now, that's when she got married. So the last time I had seen people was a year ago. But yes, other things had been postponed.
I mean, well, we've always talked about how important friendship is and like getting together with your friends and being there. And I read a great article in The Atlantic this week by Julie Beck, and it's entitled The Friendship Files. And what she has done over the last 4 years is she has interviewed 100 sets of friends. And you know what she says? She said, people are the most generous, they're funniest, and they're most fascinating when they're talking with or about friends. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And she has, she interviewed all different kinds of friends and, different age groups and various things, but her article is about the 6 forces that fuel friendship. Okay. And we're all about fueling friendship.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So number 1, she says, is accumulation. That you really do need to spend a certain amount of time with your friends. Like one study suggests that if you can have casual friends, you've spent somewhere between 40 to 60 hours with them. But to really have a friend, it takes up to 80 to 100 hours of time spent together. Now, you don't have to do that, obviously, like in a week. It could be
Right.
over years, or it could be this pattern of friendship that you have with your sage hen friends,
Yeah.
which is, that you get together for this intense period, but that period allows for great conversation and disclosure and activities together. The second one is attention, and I like this one where she writes that you have to look for friendship in places that you would never expect that. Do you have friends like that, Leanne, that, you would never expect to be friends with them, but circumstances brought you together and now they're close friends?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about
I
you?
think yeah, me too, and I think it's always, and I feel like reading this article by Julie Beck is like, hey, I think she's a satellite sisters, because I know we talk about these exact same things, but it's really being open to friendship too, Leanne,
Mhm.
and no matter what your age, even if you have a set of great friends, there may be a change in your circumstance or new things open up and new friends emerge. And I think that's important no matter what age you are. The next thing, which obviously makes sense, is she talks about intention, that you have to really intend to be a friend with someone, that you have to put yourself out there. And, that takes a fair amount of courage and vulnerability, and also a willingness to be a little awkward with each other in the beginning, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
I mean, you have good old friends that you've grown up with, or that you've had so many shared experiences with, but with new friends, you have to like take that chance. Ritual is super important, and this is an area where I know I fall down, but it's having like a weekend with your girlfriends, or a routine coffee date, or a routine lunch date, dinner date, or certain act you always walk together,
Walk together. Yeah.
run
That's a good
together,
ritual.
and making those dates, making your friendship a ritual is really important to do. I like that. Imagination, she said, is also important. And this is, making sure that in a life where, and I think for many of us with our lifestyles, like, you have to really imagine your life to include friends, and that activities around friends is a priority in your life. That I mean, it's easy to have a lot of different priorities, work or family, whatever, causes that you're involved in, but you do have to have the imagination to define your life in a way that where friendship is a priority.
Yeah, I think that definitely improves with aging.
Yeah.
When you're out of that really intense period of child rearing, if you have children, like, sometimes you just literally don't have the time or the bandwidth to plan stuff. So I've seen, definitely since I've become an empty nester, I have been able to be imaginative about how to spend time with friends and to prioritize that. So yeah, very
And I
true.
think, that's a good message for younger mothers, for younger parents, that, you're going to have a whole life. So hang in there with your friends. And
Right.
the final one that Julie mentions, and I love this one because I know it's, because it's something I say too, is you have to have grace. With friendship is all about flexibility, and it's about being, having grace with your friends, because we're all going through different things at different points in our lives, and really, keeping your heart warm to your friends. I mean, it's
Amen.
yeah. How about that, right?
Yeah.
Don't
I
you
mean, we're
think?
not all perfect. We're gonna all make mistakes, say things we didn't mean, miss an important event, check out for a while. But again, I think with age, you sort of understand the ebbs and flows of life and how that works. And you're able to provide a lot more grace in that sense.
Yeah. So this was an article in the Atlantic by Julie Beck, and about the 6 forces that fuel friendship. I highly recommend it. It's inspired me. Your trip has sort of inspired me, Leanne. I have a girlfriend's weekend coming up in the fall that I'm really looking forward to, and so thanks.
Get yourself a fanny pack.
Okay, Leanne.
All right. We will put a link in the show notes. Usually we say Liz, but she's unavailable. So I guess I'll be putting a link in the show notes to that article. Stay. Julie, summer is the season of grilling, and this summer you are going to want to add some power players to your grilling lineup with ButcherBox. Oh, yeah.
What does that mean, Lian?
ButcherBox is the subscription service that delivers high quality meat and seafood right to your doorstep. You can choose from a carefully curated selection of 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, and more. And right now, new subscribers can receive a free grilling bundle in their first order. But you know what my power player is, Julie? I enjoy the marinated steak tips. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So ButcherBox sends the steak tips and I do the marinade, and then we put them on the skewer and we grill those babies up. Delicious. Like, just can't. And then how about a nice flank steak? Okay. That's a power player on the grill.
Yes,
that's good,
it is.
Right.
And I love it because it's all outside land. There's no turning on the oven or anything like that.
Yeah, you're beating the heat. You're beating the heat out there with the grilled scallops. Also a power player at our house. So we love our butcher subscription. We've been a subscribers here at our house much longer than they've been sponsors of the show. That's how much we love ButcherBox. I think you're going to find it convenient month. ButcherBox ships a curated selection of that meat right to your home. Free shipping for the continental US. It's high quality. I mentioned before, we got the grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate free, and wild seafood, an unbeatable value. It's less than $6 per meal on average. So if you want to take advantage of this fantastic offer from ButcherBox and get your grill going here's what you do. You're going to get summer sizzling with this special ButcherBox deal for Satellite Sisters listeners. Free bacon for the life of your membership plus $10 off. That's a great deal.
Amazing.
Sign up today at butcherbox.com/sisters and use code SISTERS to get 1 pack of bacon free in every box for the life of your membership, plus $10 off your first order. That's butcherbox.com/sisters and use code SISTERS to claim this deal. We're back with the Satellite Sisters. All right, Jill, you have an article you wanted to bring our attention to.
I do,
What's
Lian.
going on?
I have to say, I'm still reeling from the fact that you got a round of shots from your motorcycle enthusiasts. Good work, sister. Okay, that puts a pride.
Thank you.
So
I felt like there wasn't enough, accolades before that. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Anyway, this was an article that Susan in our Facebook group, Satellite Sisters Facebook group, posted, and this had your name, Lian Dolan, all over it. It is the latest trend in gardening, Lian, and it's called the social front yard trend. So here it is. What happens is you think of your front yard. I'm thinking of your front yard, that you transform this front yard. Although you have a lot of flowers and plants and grass, but you transform it into an area that's for relaxing and gathering. So some of this is post-COVID related in that it's creating a space in your front yard where you still can have social contact, but you remain safe. So you create a living area and you put plants there. If you had a big front porch, that would be a nice social area. But let's say you don't have a front porch on the front of your house. This way you create spaces so you and your friends can just socialize right out front. What do you think of that?
You know what? I saw that article and I thought that was so smart and I thought it looked beautiful and I'm all for it. Like, we don't really have a front porch. It's not a nice one. It's serviceable, but it's small. No one can sit on it. So I thought, I would love to kind of do this to our front yard. We have a very walkable social neighborhood anyway, but very few people sit out front because we do not have a lot of front porches. So people just stand in their yards. And I'd like to do, only my dog sits in the front yard. She likes to just sit in the front yard and watch people. So this sounds good. I love it, Joel.
Well, California is perfect because you have perfect weather, but I can even see it in Dallas and in various parts of the country at certain seasons where you could You can create gardens. You're supposed to put light, airy plants in and maybe some tall grasses. So you create a sort of semi-private zone where people can gather. You have a beautiful backyard, but this way, you could sit out at night in the evening in your front yard because which is better than standing for sure.
Right.
And
well, what's interesting is that we have a real water shortage here in Southern California.
Yep.
And we do have grass in the. And my husband announced when we were in Santa Fe that he wants to pull up all the grass and create a more water friendly garden.
Good.
But he also wanted to so it leads right to this. I think that's why that article caught my eye. I was like, oh, this is what we should do as opposed to just random planting, which I think was his plan. But here's the deal. He was going to, he thought he would get a sculpture as a focal point, right? Again, this was all new to me as we were wandering around the galleries and shops in Santa Fe. I was like, what are you looking for? He said, an outdoor sculpture for the front yard, because I'm going to pull up all the grass and we're just going to have a new focal point. So we were wandering around. And we finally saw one we just both loved. We responded to right away. It was like stacks of metal, what looked like marshmallows, it looked like iron marshmallows, but they were squished down and it was just kind of stunning and interesting. So Barrick waltzes into this gallery and he's like, oh, like a price, the price sheet for the stuff out front.
And it was pricey. Was it pricey like the cost of college education or something like that?
It was $250,000.
Oh, so the cost of a home. Okay, so you could have okay.
It was like, and then she's like, "Are you familiar with this work?" And she went on to explain that this artist now, the particular statue we liked, is actually out in front of the Museum of Modern Art.
Well, your husband always has good taste, Leanne. There you have it. You can pick a winner. Okay.
So we'll be getting the poor man's version of that.
All right.
But that's what we wanted to include. So I'm very interested in this social garden trend.
I think it's great. During COVID in my neighborhood, a lot of people put lawn chairs out on their front lawn. And so that, they would sit in their lawn chairs and as people walk by, walking their dogs, walking babies, whatever, there'd be some conversation. But this way, I think you can really make it a very sort of inviting space to do it. I think it would work really well for you, Leanne, at Halloween as well. Just imagine you out in your sort of outdoor front yard living room with your poor man's sculpture in your witch's hat, handing out giant chocolate bars. Okay.
That's exciting, Julie.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. I love it. Well, yeah, I was glad to see that posted. I would love to see if people have done this to their front yard to post those pictures in our Facebook group.
Okay. Well, Leanne, next topic I wanted to tell you about is I mentioned at the top of the show that I'm here in Steamboat Springs. And what I realized, my husband and I are here, that we are here with our dog, Oliver. And this is it is Oliver's vacation. Okay. We have sort of organized this whole week around the dog. So it is a dog-centered vacation. Let me explain. First of all, we drove from Texas to Colorado so we could take the dog. Okay. We could fly, but we decided to drive because we wanted to bring the dog. We stay overnight in a specific hotel that takes dogs, and that this one hotel outside of Denver also has a very nice sort of walking area. So we could walk Oliver there. You see this?
Yeah.
Okay. We stop at specific gas stations now, Leanne, not only because they have a clean bathroom, but they have to have some kind of lawn where Oliver can do his business as well. Because a lot of gas stations don't have that.
Right.
I reject a lot of fueling stations because no, there's no place for Oliver. This is a first for me, Leanne. I actually planned Oliver's birthday party for here. Okay. He turned 4. Okay. And he had his buddy, Bowen, over for a birthday party. My sister-in-law found these dog friendly ice cream treats for dogs. So, and she brought candles and we sang happy birthday to Oliver.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
This is getting deep. You can see this. We're now, even the hikes that we go on, we select them thinking, oh, well, this is very nice. Oliver will like this hike because it has some streams and he can sit down and he won't get too hot on the walk. You see this? Dog center. Have you done this with your dog?
Well, we've taken her places. Yeah. I mean, but it's not been quite so dog centered, but yeah, I mean, and I have to say, one of the things that was nice about Santa Fe was that we didn't take the dog. I mean, we've barely spent a minute away from her in the last 5 years that we've had her because she has so much anxiety from being a rescue dog. She does not like to leave us. So yes, though we have planned such a thing. I've never given her a birthday party though. That's
it was a first for me. And it's really quite fun. Okay. 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 He did throw up his birthday cake on the trail. But oh well, he is having the time of his life on his dog-centered vacation. So it may be an annual thing, Leon. That's all I can say.
excellent. Good for Oliver.
All right. Now it's time for the Satellite Sister follow-up department. And we had a couple of stories that we have talked about in the past that I wanted to follow up on. Remember a couple of weeks ago that I mentioned nap dresses as a summer 2022 trend? You know, those are the smock bodices, midi dresses, they're flowy. Remember this?
Yeah, Julie, we talked about it quite a bit this weekend. People were searching for nap dresses. I got several text follow-ups from friends who told me they are nap dress owners that they bought them during the pandemic. So yes, nap dresses, it's happening.
Okay. Well, this was another one of these. I mean, it happens all the time. We mention it on Satellite Sisters. And then the next thing you know, my Facebook feed, like every third post is a nap dress. Okay. Don't you want this nap dress? Don't you want this nap dress? How about this nap dress? I'm sure you would love this nap dress. I don't own a nap dress, but it seems like the universe or that algorithm wants me to have one.
It is true. And it's super creepy, isn't it? I mean, it's just creepy.
Yeah.
And then you will succumb. You'll see so many nap dresses. You'll be like, okay, I guess I need that. This week it's going to be fanny packs. Everyone's going to have a lot of fanny packs.
Fanny packs. Okay. Which is not going to look good with the nap dress.
No.
So that's smocking. Okay.
No.
So please don't do that together. All right. But Liz says she likes it because she feels like this is how she finds out about products is through some of the stuff that ends up in her Facebook feed. I don't know. Leon, other topic that we talked about was just the difficulty of air travel. It didn't sound like you had any difficulty this past weekend.
No, we felt like we got very, very lucky. Everybody was coming in from different places. There was one little hiccup, but other than that, no flights canceled. So we felt very lucky.
But, you know, it's been a tough summer that way.
Yes.
But of course, in Satellite Sisterhood, okay, you know, what were they talking about on the Facebook group, Leon? They mentioned how many people bring gifts for the flight crews. Okay. Have you ever done that? Have you ever?
No.
No. Okay. So Tanya says that she brings Starbucks cards. Okay. And she hands those out to flight attendants. Love it. Okay. Dawn, she brings a box of cookies. How about that? Joshua always suggests that individually wrapped items are good for flight crews. But he travels a lot internationally and he brought a box of donuts for the whole group. I don't know how he must wear a fanny pack, Leon, because I don't know how you carry the box of donuts and your luggage. I don't know, but how great is that? Sarah, box of chocolates, and Joni, a large bag of M&Ms that she gives out. I have never thought to do that. I mean, you can write nice things, you know, and back to the airlines about good service, but I've never thought about, you know, getting some, I don't know, McDonald's cards or Starbucks cards and giving them out to the flight crews and just thanking them for, you know, their service, because it isn't easy this summer for sure.
That is so nice and generous of people. You're right, Julie. When I get into an airport, I'm just all about me and how can I get my stuff on the plane.
Right. But see, you could have slipped some Starbucks cards in your fanny pack, Leon. You
I
see
could
that?
have. It's perfect. I have given kudos to Great Flight Crews on Twitter. I will say that. I have like tweeted out things about like we had great customer service on this particular flight. I want to say we did have to rent a car, and they are the unsung heroes of this summer of travel, because car rentals are crazy now, and there are long lines and there are fewer cars, and there was a lot of people who were hot under the collar and not happy, and they are understaffed. And though we had to wait a bit, when we got to the front of the line, we got great service, and we had rented from Hertz, and so our car was available. But I just thought, oh, these are the people that are really feeling the heat from frustrated travelers, because other travelers were having to wait a long time, even once they had been through the line, for their cars, because there was so little inventory. So they were just getting cars when they showed up on returns, which I thought, oh, that would be rough. So the unsung heroes, the car rental,
I know.
rental people.
Every single person who posted in our Facebook group about gift giving to flight crews said they weren't doing it to get better service. They were doing it for the right reasons, Leon, just to show appreciation for, what these people are doing. I like it.
I like it. Very nice. That's a super nice trend. Or I'm going to slip some gift cards in my fanny pack.
Or shots of tequila. Do you think you could, as the universal gift of appreciation, Leon? What do you think?
Really? Who doesn't love that? Leon and Julie here. So I just want to announce on behalf of Liz, I assume if you're listening at this point in the show, you heard at the top of the show that Liz has COVID and she's under the weather. So she will be postponing her Grilling with Liz special. She wanted me to let you know. I said, please, Liz, just rest your brain. Don't put in calendar for this week. So for those of you that were looking forward to the double miso grilling special on Saturday, Liz is going to be postponing that. So stay tuned. I did mention briefly at the top of the show that my book, Lost and Found in Paris, is still a Kindle special. Here's the thing with these Kindle specials, Julie, I don't know when they start or when they end. So the fact that it's still $199.
Okay. No one grab it. Just grab it. Right. If you have a Kindle, $199. Great.
So when it was yesterday, I sent out a special newsletter. I have subscribers at leondolan.com. If you just want my book newsletter, I promise not to send out too many. I'm just trying to send it out quarterly, but I thought, what the heck, I'll just send this out. If people have signed up for the newsletter, maybe they want to know this. And this morning when I checked, I am #1 in amateur sleuth mysteries at the Kindle store, and #1 in action and adventure romance books.
Leon, well, that is exactly what your book has, Leon. It has action, adventure, and romance, which I enjoyed. Yes.
So if you are listening to this, I don't know if the special is still going on. It was an hour ago, but I don't run Amazon, but you can check. So, and saying that, The Sweeney Sisters, my book from 2 years ago, is also a pretty good deal on Kindle. It's not $199. It's like $7.99, but still a good deal. So, and that has a great 4th of July scene and all kinds of summary.
Oh yeah. One of the best.
Fun there. So,
yep.
So just to mention that, books on special. And then this week, Pep Talkers, you will be getting the newsletter, and it will include our famous Edna Dolan's red, white, and blueberry muffin recipe, our mom's special blueberry muffin recipe that has really become a Satellite Sisterhood favorite. We always include that, so you'll be good to go for your 4th of July holidays. Anything you need. It's a delicious blueberry muffin recipe. It's not too sweet, not too salty. It's light and fluffy, and
it is so Instagrammable too, Leon. Can I say that? I mean, it looks like $1 million when you take a picture of those blueberry muffins.
That's true, Jill. Picture perfect blueberry muffin recipe. So if you're not a Pep Talk subscriber, this would be the week to do that. Also, reminder, you can always forward Pep Talk on to your friends. So if you're a subscriber and you have others who you think would love that blueberry muffin recipe, send it along. All right, we got a great call out in the Satellite Sisters Facebook group this week from Donna. She was just looking for help planning her 60th birthday party, and she was turning to the Satellite Sister. People had fun suggestions, and Julie and I, we have our own suggestions, Donna. There's nothing we want to do more than plan your 60th birthday party. So here's what Donna wrote. She's turning 60 at the end of August. She said, I've never planned a party for myself and would like some creative ideas. I'm guessing 20 to 25 guests, including family, friends, and some colleagues for work. In lieu of gifts, I will ask for donations to a local animal shelter.
I love
And then
that.
she said the budget was around $1,000, which is, I think, first of all, I appreciated that she included the budget, right?
Mhm.
And I think
Yes.
that's a reasonable amount to spend. Like
Right.
now we know that's a good part. That's a real budget. And so, so a couple more things I learned from Donna, sleuthing through some of the Facebook replies,
Uh-huh.
is that she seems to love to sing. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay. I like
she's
that.
big fan of music, and she and her friends are not big drinkers, so anything drinking at all. So drinking theme not going to work, but she is interested in food and drink suggestions. All right, so Donna, here are a couple of suggestions I have for you. First of all, as I analyzed your Facebook post, it's key that music is a key for you. And let's face it, music is a key for any great party. People had lots of terrific ideas around music, but then my eyes flew wide open when Donna said one of the things she's thinking about doing is hiring a piano player and everyone can sing along.
I love that, Leanne. I have a friend, Christy, in Dallas, who does a sing-along holiday party. I can't tell you how fun it is to stand around the piano and sing with a group of people. It's one of my favorite things.
Donna, we fully endorse this plan. I just
Okay,
want you to
love
know,
that.
I think this is what you build your party around. And I think your budget will accommodate that piano player, and the fact that you love singing, fantastic. So you're singing, not drinking, that's your thing. A couple of things for the party invitation. I might suggest singing at 60, or I'm 60, let's sing, also fun.
Cute.
Fun
That's
themes.
cute and snappy. Okay, that is a free, cute and snappy invitation pitch idea from Lee and Dolan. Okay, take
Or-
it, Donna.
Or sing it, I'm 60. You could also do that. You could go either way with that. I think you're on the right course to keep the food and drinks simple, right? You don't need to overindulge people, but it's good if there's thematic. I'm actually going to a 60th birthday party this week, Donna, and the theme of the party, and I assume the theme of the food and drinks, is bourbon and bites. So because
Wow. Wow. As
yeah,
more of
leaning
your
into
more of your motorcycle enthusiasts will be there, Leanne. Okay.
no, this is the opposite end of this. This is my friend from Virginia who's old fashions are the drink of choice on the menu. So bourbon and bites. So maybe lemonade and cupcakes. What do you think about that, Donna? Something unusual like that. Okay. But think about keeping those food and drinks simple. You don't need much. Iced tea, always delicious. So
Mhm,
I don't know what goes with iced tea. That's door party. I was struggling with that, but maybe kebabs is also something you might want to investigate.
mhm, mhm.
And
Those would
then
be good.
I want to put in my pitch for an epic birthday poem. You remember last year on
Yes.
Satellite Sisters, I was engaged to create an epic birthday poem for a friend of mine's husband. And by all accounts, I was not at the party, but by all accounts, it was a big hit. Now, so Donna, I don't know if you have a poet amongst your group or your family member, but I think you could indicate to the people who might be able to serve up some poetry that you are open to an epic birthday poem. I think that would be good.
Oh.
How about you, Joel? What do you think?
Okay.
on that?
Well, first of all, Donna, when I this was my advice for turning 60, you celebrated all year. Just remember that, Donna. So you're going to have your party, but anytime like you go out to dinner and they say, oh, is it a special occasion? You say, yes, it is, because you're 60. All right. Please keep that in mind. Now, specifically to the party, how about the idea of a special guest? Do you have an out of town friend? Is there, someone that would really take it to the next level if they were there, a family member that wouldn't be in your invite list, but you could use maybe a little of the money to have this special guest come to the event. I think that would be exciting for you, and it would be exciting for everybody else at the party to meet your special guest. Okay. I like the idea of asking your guests to write down a word or words of wisdom for the third of your life. Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. So that on a nice card that they can give, some inspirational idea or word or thought for this next period in your life. Well, I think that would be a great gift and fun to do and fun for you to read. Now, in terms of food and drinks, the thing I think you should have is root beer floats or ice cream floats. Okay. Come on.
That's a
Come
good
on.
idea.
It is a good idea. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. I'm going to give you
Root
that.
beer floats. Who doesn't love those? Okay. Okay. You can have different might have some alternative, but that would really make a special party because we don't eat or drink enough root beer floats in our life, right? When was the last time you had a root beer float, Liam?
I think it was 1978, Jill.
Okay.
I think it was the
Okay.
swim team party at the Fairfield Beach Club, 1978.
Okay. Okay. I think, see how special and fun that would be? Yes. So I think the singing and the root beer floats, I mean, that's a great party.
That
That's
is a great party. All right. We had some good suggestions on the Facebook page. Barbara said, my friends gave me a Beatles party, which again, excellent theme. Like people love a theme.
Yes.
Just state the theme and execute it. They had vintage hors d'oeuvres like meatballs, fondue, guacamole, and sang old Beatles songs.
Oh, love that. That's great. I'm going to take that idea for my husband's next big birthday. Yeah.
Yes. Some people had 60s outfits on. Good. All right. Carrie said she turned 60 over the Christmas holiday. She had a dancing into my 60th party. I love that, Carrie.
I know you're all in on that one. Liam.
Oh yeah. There were 16 of us. So this is a full 2-day commitment at a beach house. Everyone wore outfits from their favorite dance era. They had appetizers, dinner, cake, cocktails, and her friend made a dance playlist with everyone's favorite dance tunes on it. So that's also good. And then Carrie, also great idea, goodie bags. She made a personalized gift bag for each guest and they danced until 2 a.m. So I'm sorry I was not invited.
That sounds like a rocking party.
All right. Sue said when she turned 50 in 2018, she hosted a 1968 cocktail party. So from the year of her birth, same idea. Okay. She hired a bartender friend. So that's good. They had signature cocktails, a buffet with fondue and other era appropriate foods. Vintage clothing was optional, but I was surprised at how many people turned up in fun outfits. She had some thrift store serveware from the 60s and 70s and old tabletop games. That was good fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Anne. This is I just love this whole post. Anne said, I always have my own party. Okay.
Okay. Anne, you have all the power. I love it. I love it.
So Anne said, winning ideas, bonfire, fancy dress, everyone make me an A, the first letter of my name, whiskey tasting, James Bond party. Oh, I guess those are all different parties. Bonfire, fancy dress, everyone make me
I was
an
wondering
A.
how you're going to wear the fancy dress to the bonfire. I mean, it could, but now separate parties.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. She said losing idea karaoke. Okay. That people did not go over for that. But again, I think piano and singing is good.
Yes.
And then she said, my father's friend had everyone write a poem for his birthday and it was spectacular. So again, the poetry idea. And I know Donna's not a drinker, but it made me laugh to read this. Allison said, rent a frozen margarita machine. My husband and I own a franchise in Houston. Happy to direct you to someone in your region. I'm glad to know we have a margarita machine franchise.
That could be handy sometime. Okay. Can we have a satellite sister meetup around the margarita machine? Yeah.
I mean, Allison, good to note. Good to note. Anyway, Donna, we wish you the most happiest of birthdays in August. Please let us know what you do and feel free to post as many pictures as you like, because now we're fully invested.
Yes.
So we definitely want to know how the 60th was. All right, that is it for the show this week. Obviously, we're missing Liz, but we hope next week she's feeling up to date, well, and up to it, so that we can get a full update on the track and field. We were planning a special show for next week, but we're just going to rejigger a few things. Julie, we're staying flexible now. Right?
That's important, always. Yes,
That's what we do in the era of COVID. You know, everything has to be flexible. So our best to you, Liz.
yes.
A big thank you to Sergio Enriquez, who engineers our show, and Emily Loudermilk, who does the fun graphics for our show. If you have not followed us on Instagram, now would be the time to do it at Sat Sisters. So you can see all of Emily's graphics. They also pop up in Pep Talk and they make them look great. All right, our to-do list. Jewel, what's on your to-do list?
Well, there is some big.
What is Oliver doing this week? What's Oliver? What's on Oliver's?
Well, you know, he's actually right here at my feet because he does enjoy listening to the show when I record it every week. So he comes, he sits right outside my closet, and he's here. And when I say goodbye to you, he knows the show is over, and he gets up and he goes to the door. He really does know that. So we have some other hiking trips planned, but one of the other big happenings in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, this weekend, or really it's going to be all month, is the Rainbow Family. Now, they are a counterculture group. They are involved in New Age spirituality, ecology, dance, music. They meditate, they pray. This is their 50th anniversary, Leon. Okay, get this. This group was founded by two men who went to Woodstock, and then they went to some other music festival, Vortex One in Oregon, and they decided, hey, we're going to create the Rainbow Family. And so this is a group. They have 10,000 people are coming to a national forest just outside of Steamboat Springs, and they're going to have some primitive camping, is what they have, Leanne. So they're not showing up in RVs or anything like that. But you know, so there has been a lot of talk in the newspaper, the Forest Service about this group, and they don't have a permit for camping, but they're in the national forest, so I guess they don't have to. But it's pretty amazing that this is 2 generations of hippies. Okay. Doesn't that strike you as sort of fascinating or interesting that this group, it doesn't have a leader. They don't have a spokesperson. I know you're going to ask me, how do they pick the various sites for their happenings? I don't know the answer to that if they don't have a leader or a spokesperson, but they're all descending on this area for a big Rainbow Family Festival.
I hope they don't sweep you up into their vortex, Julie. It's hard for me to imagine you getting swept up, but you never know. You never know.
I don't know, but I just, hats off to the hippies. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time to stay with,
not wash. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Not to.
Kidding.
Exactly.
That was a joke. I know we have hippies in the audience.
No, we're not, but that's a long time to be dedicated to that. And I'll keep you posted on it. But I'm going to, Oliver and I, we're going to do some scouting out in the area near where the Rainbow Family is setting up their primitive camping tents. Yep.
All right. Well, mine is much more mundane. I got to get back to work. So I've been having some fun lately and doing some traveling and seeing some friends and connecting, but I have to get back to writing. So this is it. I need to finish that next book.
Do you need me to tell you to buckle down and do some more work?
Nope, I don't. But go ahead. I mean, I always appreciate your support. So that's it.
Okay.
It's so hard in the summertime. When you've had a good time, it can be hard to turn around and buckle down.
That's what you need to do, Leanne.
Now is the time to do it. Buckle down. All right, Jill, have a great
week.
You
too. And Liz, our best to you. Okay.
And don't forget, call your satellite sister.